Hello, and welcome to VR Reviews and the one video that I seem to make every year. This is my top 10 figures of 2023, which I'm very late on, but at least I'm doing it. Let's quickly get the rules out of the way if you haven't seen one of these before. The list is limited to one figure from each line or subline or however you want to divide it. Basically just something to keep the list from being very repetitive and samey. And other than that, it only includes figures that were released in 2023 and no repaints or reissues, actual new figures. And with that taken care of, let's go ahead and get started. Number 10 is Storm Collectibles Minoru Suzuki. As I'm sure I've mentioned before, Storm makes basically the best wrestling figures you can buy. They just don't make very many of them. But they've been doing a few New Japan figures here and there, and Suzuki is the most recent one of those, and if you want a Suzuki figure, he's pretty much perfect. Good likeness, standard levels of Storm articulation and detail, all the stuff you'd want. If you need a Suzuki, get this one. Number 9 is the Patriot Studios Liquor from Resident Evil. Patriot Studios is a third-party company, so they make unlicensed stuff, and they've been making a lot of unlicensed Resident Evil stuff, and their quality has been pretty good. I've really enjoyed this figure. He can get into really good deep squats and crouching poses, and he's actually quite big if you stand him up all the way. The only real complaint I have about him is that they didn't do a bendy wire tongue, which seems like the obvious thing to do, but besides that, he's great, and a good addition to a Resident Evil collection, which pretty much has to all be third-party figures right now. It is what it is. Capcom doesn't seem to like to let people make figures of cool things, apparently. Number 8 is the Daen Inasa, which is another third-party figure. I've honestly wanted an Inuyasha figure for however long I've been collecting figures, and this one is pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's certainly the best option we've got right now. All the clothing fits well and looks nice. Most of the faces look nice. His sword's a bit on the small side, but otherwise he's pretty good. If you've had Daen stuff before, he's the same level of quality and the same slightly too big scale for most anime figures, but he's pretty good. Definitely worth picking up if you are a fan of Inuyasha. I'm hoping they do more because I really need Sesshomaru. And number 7 is the Maniple Studios Agent 47, another third-party figure. This is the last one if you're tired of seeing them. And honestly, the figure itself is a pretty much perfect 47. The suit's really well fitted. The head sculpt, I'm pretty sure, is just directly ripped from the games, so it's perfect. His only lacking point is that he really should have a bigger arsenal, because he really only comes with a briefcase and the 2 silver ballers. So you may want to go out and buy some more guns for him if that's something you're interested in. But aside from that, he's great, and once again, one of the only 1/12 scale options that is available right now. Number 6 is SH Figuarts Gabby Maru from Hell's Paradise. And he's pretty much just a solid SH Figuart release. He's got some good posability, can get down in ninja-y squats and things like that. Comes with a good number of faces and hands, looks decent, good start to the line. He's the only one I have from the line so far, but I am probably going to get all the ones that they make. Overall, just a solid release. He is not the only option if you want 1/12 scale Hell's Paradise though, because Figma is doing one as well. It's just not out quite yet. So if you want to spend more money, you can go for that, or you can get this one. Number 5 is SH Figuarts Orochimaru from Naruto. And he's a character that I've been wanting them to make for a very long time, and I think they did a really good job. He's got good faces. He has a tongue face, which is something that I really wanted. He's got the grass longsword. He's got a replacement part that turns his arms into snakes. Lots of cool stuff. They definitely put in some good effort with him, and they've been doing good with the revival of the Naruto line in general. There haven't really been any awful releases so far there. But Orochimaru is definitely my favorite one that I got in 2023. Now we just have to wait on them to make Tsunade so we can complete that little trio. Number 4 is Storm Collectibles Baki from Baki the Grappler and all the series that come after that one. Like I mentioned earlier, he's got that really good Storm Collectibles quality and articulation, so that's all what you would expect. Good amount of heads and hands. He has cloth shorts, and you can take them off and look at his ass if you want to, so that's a good bonus. And honestly, he's pretty much perfect. If you like Baki, there's absolutely no reason not to get this unless you're just a stickler for scale. He's great. Yujiro is meant to be coming out in 2024, and there's supposed to be a unnamed third figure in the line at some point. We'll see if that ever turns out to be anything, but Yujiro is definitely coming out in 2024, and probably going to be on my list for that year as well. Number 3 is SH Figuarts Yor. The Mother of the Forger family version, I believe, is the subtitle they give for it. It's the one with the red sweater, as opposed to the assassin outfit that the previous release was. She's not the most posable release or anything, as you might would expect from looking at the dress and stuff, but she's just adorable, and she's really well executed. She's got like really nice texturing on the sweater and everything. Lots of faces and accessories. She's got a separate lower body for sitting down. She's just really good. I have no complaints other than some of her parts being a little bit difficult to connect, but that's whatever. And I fucking love Spy Family, and she's really good. She's my favorite Spy Family release. I've gotten a few of them. Definitely something to pick up if you're into the Spy Family. Buy all the Spy Families. Number 2 is SH Figuarts Chainsaw Man, which is a figure that everybody basically likes. And with good reason. He's very well executed, probably the most posable SHF I've bought in a long time, if not ever. He's really good, really solid. Really good depiction of the character. Honestly, he's basically perfect. The only real complaint I have is just that they decided to split him and Denji into separate releases, so he doesn't really come with very many accessories, because all of that kind of stuff is going to be included with the Denji release, which is coming out in 2024. But if you want a Chainsaw Man figure in 1/12 scale, this is pretty much one to get, because it looks much better than the Figma one, and is also cheaper. And there's already future stuff lined up. Like I said, they're making Denji in 2024 and Makima. And I'm hoping that they make Aki at some point, which Figma has already done, and Kabini. And finally, moving on to number 1 is SH Figuarts Suka from Jujutsu Kaisen. I've gotten all of the Jujutsu Kaisen releases so far, except for Toto, just because I haven't managed to get him yet before making the video. And Sukuna was definitely my favorite one to come out in 2023. I know a lot of people also liked Geto from Zero, but I think I slightly prefer this one. He's not quite as limited. I'll admit he's maybe a bit of a boring release because he doesn't have a lot of accessories and he's just basically a shirtless guy. But he's got good expressions and he's very nice and posable, and I like Sukuna. And Jujutsu Kaisen is my favorite current anime, so he's number 1. I don't need to justify myself to you. That's not what this video is about. All these numbers are relatively arbitrary. He's the one that I put at number 1. All these things are good. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, he's cool. Most of the Jujutsu Kaisen figures are cool. Go buy all of them, or don't. Do whatever you want. I can't tell you what to do. And that pretty much wraps us up for the list. I don't have anything else interesting to say. So I hope you enjoyed some of the things. I enjoyed some of the things. So until next year, goodbye.